Hey, good Wednesday morning, everyone. This is Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Wednesday, May the 10th. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday morning. Woke up this morning to a cooler morning. It felt good, actually. It was a nice awakening, if you will, when you walked into that cooler air. And today, I'm coming to you from my office instead of my other location where I do these recordings. You can see behind me is my bookcase, and I walked in here this morning, decided to do this reflection here, and I thought to myself, and that's just a fraction of the books I've read, that all the books that you read, is it possible to remember even 25% of what's in there? I think it comes down to making sure you remember the most important things. And what struck me this morning as a very important thing is to focus on priorities. For me, it's a matter of getting sidetracked sometimes, and it really is important to focus on your priorities. Sounds simple, but it does take work and discipline. But we're here to try to do that as well as we always interpret the scriptures. So I'm going to ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which is from St. John chapter 15, verses 1 through 8. Jesus said to his disciples, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does he prunes so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples." In my backyard, there are 5 or 6, I don't know how many offhand, bushes. And these bushes really need to be trimmed. You can almost watch the branches grow. And when they grow off to the sides and they get sloppy looking, it really bothers me. And a little admission here, sometimes I'll go and I'll snap off some of those branches, even though it's really shoveling against the tide, if you will. But this business of pruning them is very important to me for some reason, because I realize that those branches that grow out and need to be trimmed are really a distraction to the beauty of the bushes and the reason that they're there. So with that in mind, I think we look into this gospel with a similar mentality, right? Jesus tells us that we are the vine and he is the branches, but we need this pruning, and this pruning is of those distractions that come up in our life where we are absolutely not able to bear fruit because we're not remaining centered on him, but we're remaining centered on too many distractions that come up in our daily life. And this is why pruning needs to be a daily effort. Just like me, who wants to go out there and snap those branches off every day when they start to grow, we need to have that same mentality in our daily life for those things that distract us from God. Now, to put it in a more important aspect, believe it or not, than even that concept, is that God represents our passions. God represents what we find beautiful in the world. God represents our peace in our hearts. So it's more than just saying, oh yeah, let's just, do this so that we stay connected to God. We have to remember all of the positive vines and branches that come off from God, which are all of those things I mentioned. The peace in our hearts, the purpose that we want to have, our good feelings about living this life and doing for things for others. So my friends, it comes down to a daily focus of pruning and making sure that we are mindful of it every single day. This is why I've introduced my 4 C's to a stronger and more peaceful heart, because within them our ability to remove distractions within our connections, within our ability to be consistent, within our ability to be committed to things, and most of all, our ability to be compassionate. More to come on that in the coming weeks. For now, I ask you to try to look into your life today and do some pruning that is necessary. Thank you so much for following me. I always appreciate your comments, your thoughts. I welcome them and look forward to hearing from you. I wish you all a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.